what do you think our odds are as Toronto Blue Jays fans, like, of making the postseason?
All right. Hello, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nick Palaylog, and today we got crazy news. Like, I'm talking insane, man. We're gonna be talking about how there's gonna be 16 teams in the playoffs. But before we do that, please make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to like. We are poor. We are broke. We need your support. And we put out good content.
Turn on that notification button, please.
Thank you, Adam. However, today we got crazy news. And that news is that we're going to be moving from a 10-team MLB playoffs to a 16-team MLB playoffs. Like, let me put that in perspective for you. There are 30 teams in the MLB. 16 of them will be making the postseason.
It's almost going to be like, it's like an NHL playoffs. It's like not even MLB. It's like literally half the division is going to be, or half the league is going to be in the playoffs.
Even more, like one more than half the league are going to make the playoffs. So we got to talk about the implications of this. And I got to say, from, like, literally, dude, a Toronto Blue Jays perspective, I'm thinking that the implications are pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, like, we couldn't ask for a better scenario. As Toronto Blue Jays fan, you know, we're hoping for a best of, like, you know, best third place in division. And honestly, a third place in division might get us the wild card that we need.
And we have a ceiling, like, let's face it, like, with the Blue Jays, I know that we talked about this already, but we have a ceiling of, I don't know if we're going to finish first in our division.
No.
But I could totally see us, as the ceiling potential, finishing second.
Yeah.
And I think that this 16 game thing, like, could we go 33-27? Sure. Could that make the playoffs with a 16-team playoffs? I think so. I think it would. I
mean, we're competing with other people in our AL division or AL league. So we got Cleveland, we got White Sox, we got Twins, which I predict Twins are going to be on top of the division.
They look good, bro.
They look really good.
The batting lineup is elite.
Really good. So, you know, you got those guys, then you got Oakland, and you got LA. Like, I don't know what LA is going to do this year. Like, LA is really shady to me, but, you know,
I'm not as high on LA as MLB is.
No. MLB has, you know, LA on some pedestal, and I don't agree with it.
I don't see the pitching rotation.
No, not at all. And Blue Jays, you know, we might slip into this weird 16 team playoffs. We might do it.
Well, I think that it all depends on, do we get hot at the right time? And if our batters come out, and if Bichette, if Guerrero, if Gurriel all decide, hey, you know what? It's time for me to swing. I totally think that we could make it in that top potential, because we were talking about the Blue Jays going for a 500 season. Yeah. Ideally, when you look at a 500 season, you think to yourself, okay, that's middle of the league.
Yeah.
Well, they're letting in 16 teams to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know,
and a 500 team can make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, it could.
Absolutely.
With this new format. With this new format, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know, I think that I said this on a Instagram live today. We were talking, and we were talking to a Yankees fan. It's Mac Daddy, actually.
Mac Daddy. Yeah. Shout out Mac Daddy.
Shout out Mac Daddy. That guy knows his sports, bro. His official Instagram live is Ryan Show. What's that? The Ryan Show Sports. Great page. You should check it out. But we were talking to him today, and basically, we were saying it's like we have potential right now. Like as the Blue Jays, like we could totally make it in here. And he's a Yankees fan. Yeah. And I was like, as a Yankees fan, well, what do you think about this? Does this hurt you?
Yeah, well, Blue Jays, okay. We all know as Blue Jays fan, we're not there yet. We're not to our full potential just yet.
But could we be top 16?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, but top 16? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're absolutely, at the top 15, 16 potential.
Yeah.
So now here's another question, Nick.
Yeah.
It's like, if we become top 16, do we trade? Do we sell?
No. And that's my instinctual reaction, Like that's me going, no.
Yeah.
I do not want to trade. I want to and we're not gonna buy in, but I want to buy in, This is me. And okay, I'm gonna backpedal for a bit. We are in a lot of fantasy leagues, and for those of you who do not know what a fantasy league is when you basically draft players, you go with that team of players, and whatever they do in the season, that's your team. If I'm in a fantasy league and I'm going 10-8, I'm 10-8, and I just squeak into the postseason, I have to buy in. I have to go for it right now, because I have that opportunity to go for it. And I want to say it's even different than that, because the Toronto Blue Jays have a core that can wow us, that has not shown us their ceiling yet,
Yeah.
Like imagine if we make it to the postseason, and imagine if we have Bichette, Biggio, Vladdy, Gurriel, they're all popping off right now. Do you want us to sell out?
No, if they're popping off, like what you're saying, it's like, I don't want them to sell out. If the guys that we invested in are popping off, I want to see them in the postseason giving it their all. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see them selling out. I want to see Ken Giles still with the team. Whatever. We sacrifice the trade value of Ken Giles, whatever.
Exactly. And that's a managerial choice. And I want to say it's like, if those guys are popping off, like let's say that these young kids are really annihilating, like we're looking like we're gonna be on pace for a playoff team, what message would it send to those young players if the managerial staff goes, hey, you know what? We gotta trade Ken Giles.
Yeah.
They're smart. They know what that means.
I think you mentioned it in our last video. It's like there's going to come a point where it's like, this team is either going to be a contender
or not.
Exactly. And if we're not a contender, it's going to be clear. But if we're clearly, we're in that in-between phase where it's like, I don't know if we're going to win. I don't know if we're going to sell. It all depends on how you want to see the team. It's like, do you want to tell the team, it's like, yeah, you know what? Even if you're kind of contending, maybe you're third, maybe you're second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sell.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous territory. It's a dangerous territory.
To you, what do you think? And maybe this is a hard question, but what do you think our odds are as Toronto Blue Jays fans, of making the postseason?
All right. Put the fucking chem.
Yeah. 16 teams, 30 teams in the MLB. Odds are in our favor. But it's tough.
It is. It's just... Look.
Whenever anyone starts with look, it's like, look, I'm really busy right now. I don't think I can see you anymore. Look, I think we need to part our separate ways, but please tell me, look, what are you thinking?
Look, all right. So, you asked, what is our potential for this season in 16 games?
No. I asked for you with a 16 playoff team. Yeah. Do you think we make it? What are the odds?
Exactly. So honestly, like, we could make it. Our ceiling tells us that we could make it. All right, but you know, we need to understand that our our maximum potential means we're gonna be exploding on all fronts. Like, Vlad is going off, Bichette's going off, Biggio's going off.
We're all popping off.
We're already there.
Mm-hmm.
But with this season, if we even do medium of that, then we can do it. Mm-hmm. We can do it. If we can do medium of what we're expected to do, which is like, be average and talking on our last video, it's like we're average in the league in offense.
Yeah.
We're average in the league in pitching. It's like, if we can do that, then yeah, of course we can make it to the postseason. But can we play in the postseason atmosphere? I don't know.
We're not there yet.
I don't know.
That's gonna be 60 games down the line. Yeah. How we're doing there. Yeah. I'm gonna pressure you right now. I'm gonna toss the ball back in your court, and I'm gonna say, if you could give me a number, a percentile of what you think the Toronto Blue Jays have right now, a percent of them making the playoffs, what do you think that is with the 16-team playoff?
15. I only know that because I saw that on MLB.com.
Wait, 15%.
15%.
You think that they make the playoffs 15%
of the time
with a 16-team playoff team?
With a 16 team, maybe 30. 30.
Really, eh?
Yeah, 30.
Oh, I gotta go higher than that, bro. I gotta.
What do you got? I mean, this is all just speculation, but
I'm going 50-50. I think that they can. I think that there's a 50% chance. If I'm coming into the season and I'm looking at this and I'm saying there are 16 teams making it right now, I think that there's a 50% chance that the Toronto Blue Jays make that.
And here's my point. It's like, I believe, and we already did our predictions, and it's like, I believe the Toronto Blue Jays are going to go 27-33. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I believe that's what they're going to go. Mm-hmm. That's not postseason. That's not postseason at all. Especially with 16 teams. That's not even close to postseason. And it's like,
well, it is close though. No, with 16 teams. With 16 teams,
maybe
it's getting closer.
But it's not postseason.
It's still not postseason. It's closer. It's closer.
Yeah. It's not postseason. But if I'm going off that, then 30%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But if they were to go, let's say that they go, I don't know, 32-28 in a 16-team format, do they make postseason?
32-28. Yeah, they could.
Could be.
They can 10.
Could be.
They can get 10.
And I guess from my perspective, I'm going. I projected them. I think I projected them 28 and 28 and 32. Yeah. Although I'm also looking at this format and I'm looking at how the management staff, I really value how the managerial staff has talked about the team and how everyone's speaking about it is saying, we are a contender. We want to play. We want to show people that they are undervaluing us. And inevitably, like, you say that to me, 5-10 times, I start to believe it. And I want to say, I think that there's about a 50% chance that the Toronto Blue Jays could go over 500 and make it into the 16 playoff team.
Hey, listen, like, I want the Toronto Blue Jays to make it into that top tier. Mm-hmm. That top half a tier.
Yeah.
This is a season to show us that you can make it, that you can prove that you are in the top tier of baseball.
I think that this news, I truly do. I think that this news is going to fire up the boys more than any other news that we've gotten. Mm-hmm. I think that somebody like Vladdy, somebody like Bichette, somebody like Biggio is going to hear this news and go, wow, okay, Like, we
have a
actually have a chance.
We have
right
a
now.
fucking chance.
We've been talking about ourselves like a contender. Now we have the opportunity to actually go out there and prove it. And I want to trust those boys. I so badly want to trust them, and I think that they're going to do it. Well, I think that there's a 50% chance that they're going to do it. But I'm gonna bet my own money that they are going to do it. So.
Yeah, we've been trying to bet like a World Series on whether the Blue Jays are going to win or not. We've been trying, but we can't.
I mean the odds are very much in our favor to bet them winning the World Series. Although I believe I would bet money right now if somebody bet me. I think that the Blue Jays make the postseason with this 16-team format. I'm going to say it right here. I want to see it as a fan. I want to see it as an analyst. And I think that they make it happen.
I hope so, too. I agree. I freaking agree.
Please let us know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think the Blue Jays will make the postseason with this 16-team format? Like, it's literally unheard of. This has never been done before. Please let us know.
Yeah, and make sure to follow us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, Breaker, and Anchor.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe because, again, we are super duper broke.
And go Jays go.